Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy XIV. In this video we are going on the third of the Facet quest lines. This is going to be the Facets of Crafting quest line for Carpenter, Leatherworker, and Weaver. So for this, I have decided to go Weaver. So, Mr. or I guess your recording notes, so you have no gender. Mr. Whatever you are, recording node, I'm ready to do this. Error, ether blockage detected. Ugh. Firm blow required. Hit me, hit me. Ugh. Seek Fiona. Must seek Fiona. Okay. What just happened? An elegant-esque node floats off. Perhaps you should keep an eye on it lest it cause harms to civilians. Okay. That was weird. Let's go find ourselves a rogue node. Oh boy. Is it down below? Or is it above? There, ha. Yes, greetings. Do you require something restored? Apparently not. At any rate, could you give me a moment? Nody here is clamoring for attention. Help me, Fiona. Firm blow required. Hit me. Hit me. Don't tell me you got your ether blocked again. Very well, I'll take care of it. You need... I mean, this is a different world, so they won't even know what elegant is. You need specialized knowledge to fix it. Oh, versed in such machines, are you? Well, I appreciate the advice, but rest assured I have the situation well in hand. This happens all the time. She slaps it. Your node has encountered a problem and needs to restart. Collecting error information and restarting. Sounds like when the program just shuts down. Alright, let's try this again without having OBS, or not OBS, Elgato freeze on me within OBS. Node restart complete. Log in as Fiona. More Fiona, hit me more. You know, sometimes I think you actually enjoy this. And I still have no idea where you learned to speak like that. No, you were wanting something. I don't believe you've seen you before. I take it you're new to the Crystarium. Ah, remember now. You're the master artisan who hails from the same land as the XIV. What was your name again? Yes, that's right. Cecila. It's a pleasure to meet a fellow crafter from a faraway place. I'm Fiona, a restorer with a facet of crafting and the proprietor of cherished memories. For my work, I've had to train in a variety of trades, including as a weaver like yourself. While there are restorers aside from me, my workshop specializes in artworks and traditional handicrafts. Items with sentimental rather than practical value, in other words. Given the state of the world, my choice of focus is frowned upon by some, but I knew what it was I wanted to do. And so I opened Cherished Memories with Nody here as my assistant. Adorable, isn't it? It's actually a relic from the tower, but I had broken down. I couldn't bear to see it lying there discarded, so I restored it as best I could. It's been with me ever since. My good node. It's a dog. And you're even petting it like a dog. Yes, you are. No one keeps records like you, Nody. Oh boy. Now, I realize we scarcely met, but I'd like to propose a little business arrangement. You see, despite the work that I profess to do, I'm actually only any good at alchemy, my original field. There's still much I have to learn, and I'm hoping I can learn from an accomplished weaver such as you. I don't ask that you teach me, only that you craft the materials I need. By using those materials in my work, I can hone my technique while getting the job done besides. Of course, I'll make sure you're suitably compensated. Moreover, every bit I learn from you I promise to pass on to my fellow crafters. That way your knowledge may come to serve all the peoples of Norvrond. So what say you? Can I rely on your help? The unit is still work in progress. Please knock her into shape. Bish, bish, bash! Oh god. I'm in your debt. When you're ready to begin, please come and see me at the mean. Oh boy. It's more like a dog than it is an elegant node. But what can you do? Whew. Alright. Let's go make ourselves official members. Alright, thanks for coming, Tesla. May our collaboration bear much fruit. Here! So this is Sheriff's Memories. Well, it is when I'm here at any rate. I've not the funds and the reputation to have my own place, so I'm making use of the means facilities. Without further ado, then, let's assign you your first task. Noti, if you'd be so kind. The item will be restored as a painting of Domsel, a village in Lakeland destroyed by Sinears approximately 90 years ago. The client is descended from the denizens of said village. So, by restoring the painting, we aim to restore a vision of the village as it once was. With my knowledge of alchemy, I've been able to remove the stains, but the canvas itself is in appalling condition. While the client didn't go into detail, if I didn't know better, I'd say it was intentionally damaged. Now, like most paintings originating in Lakeland, this one uses a special canvas resistant to humidity. In order to restore it, we'll need a material to match. Can you prepare this for us? Sure. Thank you. Once the material is ready, I'll begin work on the restoration. Okay. Alright. So unlike the beast tribes, for instance, they don't actually give you the materials you need to craft said items. You need to craft them yourselves. In order to craft them, you gotta get items. So what we're looking for is not the custom deliveries. Where are they? Is it custom deliveries? No. Sorry? Here it is. This is what we're looking for. These things. So you don't actually get they don't actually give you the items this time around. You have to go get the items yourself. Now, I believe all the items in question, you need 6 of each. Let me look at that again. Aside from the levels 75 and 80 quests, which are one item which requires one item, every tournament item in between you need 6 of. So we need 6 canvas repairs, so which means I gotta go get some materials. So once I've gotten all the items crafted, I will be back. Alright, not only did I craft the item I need for this rank, but I've also crafted all the items that I'm going to need for the entire quest line. So, the upholstery repair materials, the canvas repair, the loot repairs, and the immoral barding repairs. The only ones they couldn't get are the sign and the loot modification, because they actually give you those in the actual quests. So, but I am all ready to go. Fiona, I got all your materials set to go, and I am ready to move to the next rank. Thank you, Cecil. This is fine work indeed. More than suitable for our purposes. I'll put it to good use. Thank you, lass. Thank you. 2 days later. It's done! The painting is restored. Now I can finally get the sling. Thanks to the quality of your material, the painting should prove durable in any climate. They have beautiful colors and fine details will survive a long time. Now then, if you'll wait just a moment, I'll deliver it to the client. Oh, and I'll be sure to mention your contribution. I would hope so. I'm pretty tired myself. Cecil, when I told about our client about you, he insisted on coming to thank you personally. This is Thaltal. So you're Cecil. Thank you ever so much for helping me to restore our painting. To others, it may be an unremarkable work of art, but to me and my family, it's an irreplaceable treasure, an heirloom from days gone by. From the days when Lakeland was the domain of the elves. For generations, my family called Damsel home. There we lived in peace and thrived because of the bounty of the source, surviving war and famine alike. But the Sin-Eaters came and took everything from us. The memory of his beloved home and departed kin, my artist ancestor took brush to canvas, the result being the painting you've restored. For long years we've looked after the painting, but in the heat of a quarrel with my brother, I'm ashamed to say I went and damaged it. As I was ruining my foolishness, I came to know about Fiona and her workshop. Words fail to express how glad I am that I did. With the painting in hand, I'll go to my brother and make amends to them. After all, he's the only family I have left in the world. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you. You haven't only restored a painting, you've restored the bond between my brother and me. You're welcome. I don't know how much I did on that front, but sure. I didn't know the full story till now, but I'm glad it ends well. And it's no small part due to you, Cecil. But to have family. It's a nice thing. It can be annoying at times, but it's a nice thing. Alright. What's next? Cecil, how good to see you. Give me just a moment to clean up. What's next in the chopping block? We're in the midst of analyzing leftover bits of the material crafted. Aside from the record keeping, I can also excel in analysis. Impressive, yes? Because restoration draws upon techniques from multiple fields, it's important to understand how certain materials and chemicals react with another. Well, over the years, I've handled my fair share of materials, and I can honestly say that yours is a cut above the rest. There's no greater proof than the superior final products they produce. I consider myself truly blessed to be able to learn from you. Oh, who's this? Still playing around with that floating rust ball, I see. Visitor identified as Oswald, the Facet of crafting. What is a rust ball? Why don't you make yourself useful for a change? Make something useful? After all this time ignoring me, those are the only words you have? And we're not playing around, I'll have you know. We've served many clients already, and there's bound to be more folk out there who are cherished items and want restored. You simply don't know who to ask for help. What's more, we have a veteran artisan on board now, who prepares the materials we need. Cecil here. Her skills are at least the equal of Master Herrig. Skills or no, it's nothing but a waste of precious resources. You do well to open your eyes to reality. It's all around you. What is a rust ball? That was Oswald. I may not seem so much from that exchange, but we used to be close. We both lost our parents at a tender age, you see, and a man named Herrig took us in as his apprentices. Master Herrig was a restorer, and it was he who inspired me to become one too. When I was little, I had a doll. It was a memento of my late mother, and I treasured it like life itself. But old as it was, and one day it fell apart. Back then, we suffered from far worse shortages than we do now. Everyone at the means struggled to do their work with limited resources, and no one spared a glance for a broken toy. No one save Master Herrig. He saw me crying alone, clutching my doll. No need for tears, he said kindly. He took the doll and made it good as new. There's more such items at the Crystarium, Cecil. Items that serve no practical purpose, that won't help us survive, yet mean the world to someone. They wouldn't have found a place among a refugee's scant possessions otherwise. They're irreplaceable treasures, and I can't bear to watch them crumble away. As Master Herrig mended my doll, so I would mend the ties of others. In many ways, you reminded me of Master Herrig. Not only are you capable, you're kind and dependable. See, it's a pleasure working with you, and I hope that our partnership continues for a long time. Why not? Oh, thanks to Thaltal singing our praises, we're seeing more restoration requests. While most are straightforward enough for me to handle alone, I have a task here that promises to be quite challenging. For this, I hope to rely on your crafting expertise. The client is an elderly drawn lady. She's apparently descended from Volberdite nobility. The item to be restored is a unique Volberdite jewelry box, formerly occupying the land known as Ilmeg. The kingdom was destroyed by sin eaters following the flood. Due to the fact that the nation ceased to exist a century ago, it's difficult to source the materials that people once used. In particular, we're struggling to procure suitable fabric for the upholstery, and that is what I would ask you to prepare. Thanks in advance, Esla. Alright. You got all you need and more. Here you go! All ready to go. Ah, fine fabric. I knew I was about to task you with it. With this, I'm confident that we can do a fine job with the jewelry box. Three days later. Ugh. You alright? You could curl up right now here and sleep, fall asleep. But there's things Ferris in place to say the jewelry box has been restored to its former glory. I'm especially pleased with how the trimmings turned out. They're just as beautifully vibrant as the day they were made, and thanks to the quality of the materials you supplied. Now then, I'll see this delivered to our client. If you can linger a while, I'll return soon with words of her impressions. Cecil, this is Rosine, our client. She's so pleased with the jewelry box, she wanted to come and thank you herself. Fiona tells me your contribution was instrumental to its restoration. For that, I offer you my heartfelt gratitude. Alright, my daughter, she'll wed soon. You see, the jewelry box is to be my gift to her on her special day. Oh my, such joyous news! Our congratulations! With my husband no longer with us, life has been hard. There is nothing grand I can offer my daughter, yet humble though it is, the box holds special meaning to our family. It's been with us ever since my ancestors led Volbert. While most of them sought refuge in Eulmore, my great-grandmother and her husband chose to begin anew at the Crystarium. The box came with her, laden with the memories of her lost home. It was passed down to my grandmother, then to my mother, then eventually to me. It's a treasured heirloom, our connection to a long time past, and we've taken care of it as best we could. Alas, the years inevitably began to tell on it. Now, the time has come for me to pass the box to my daughter, but its condition was such that I was embarrassed to do so. Thanks to you and Fiona, however, I can pass it on proudly. No words will suffice to express my gratitude. I'm forever in your debt. Such a special connection to have have with your family and homeland. An orphan like me can only dream. I'd love to visit your homeland one day. Will you promise to take me there? That might be a little difficult. Oh, I'm merely jesting. No need to look so troubled. I too have a homeland. Glory be to Alleg, long she may endure. Too bad Alleg is no longer around. She's lonely. She wants a family. Nice. And that's another one of the books. Phew! What's going on? I tell myself, so what do you think is the difference between repair and restoration? I mean, both sound the same. In my mind, the aim of repair is to make something work as intended again. In contrast, the aim of restoration is to return something to its original state. Okay, yeah, I guess you got me there. That being the case, in order to do a good job of restoring, it's crucial to know what materials were originally used and how. This requires a great deal of research and analysis, and that is where Noddy here has been most helpful. Noddy is a most helpful node. Now, an item that may bear what appear to be imperfections, be they scuffs or scratches or peculiarities in the wood grain, while we may instinctively want to remove such marks, we must be mindful that they may hold special meaning to the owner. These decisions we make through consultation with the client. We see through his eyes the item once was, and strive to recreate it. Now, it hardly needs saying that a restoration effort can only be as good as the materials used. I hope that cherished memories can continue relying on you. Come this far. Thank you, Cecila. Right, and I'm Chow. It's time to get back to work. There are currently 3 outstanding tasks. These three are urgent. Time to get back to work, indeed. What are we doing? Do you have time to assist me with another task, Cecila? Wonderful! This time the client is a Zune Amaro handler, and the item is a set of Amaro barding. A very old set. We have our work cut out for us. Before the flood swallowed up their homeland, the Zune lived as a nomadic folk. Amaro were an essential part of their lives, and even something commonplace like their barding may carry great sentimental value. That being the case, we must give no less than our best. Not that we ever do otherwise, of course. Now, as to the specifics, what I require from you is the material for repairing the barding's inner lining. As the part is in the contact with the Amaro, comfort is the utmost importance. My thanks in advance, Cecila. Oh. Alright, got what you need. This is solid. Yes, this is solid work, as I know what to expect from you. A flawlessly crafted piece that plays the material's properties. I'll see to it my restoration lives up to its quality. 4 days later, I'm seeing a trend here. Another? Is that you? Ah! Freeze, heard any of that. It's done, Cecila. That was one of my hardest tasks to date, but the Amaro barding was restored. In the course of using your materials, I noticed the little details, the techniques you employed to alleviate the burden of the beasts. Such a thing would never have occurred to me. It reminds me of how much I still have to learn. No. Now we mustn't keep our client waiting. I'll be back soon. Don't fall asleep on your way up, on your way back. I was about to say, is the Amaro the client? So this has become something of a regularity, but our client's meant to thank you himself. May I introduce Zen Guanbai. Fiona was most effusive in her praise of you, Cecila, and I simply had to put the face to the name. Thank you for your part in restoring the barding. Allow me to introduce the fine beast who will wear it. Amaro detected. Proximity too close for comfort. Uh-oh. As you know, we Zune once lived as nomads. In that life, Amaro contributed as much as any man to our collective survival, and we regarded them as family, raising them as we would our own children. Sadly, full many were lost to the flood, and to this day we lament our failure to save them. The barding you restore is an honored artifact since ancient times. It has been tradition to bestow upon the finest Amaro in its hand at each turn of the seasons. It is our sole connection to our old way of life. By restoring it, you've preserved an important part of our history, of our identity. I understand that there are those who disapprove of what you do, but know that you have the complete and unequivocal approval of We Zune. On behalf of my people, I thank you. Ooh. There truly is no limit to the sentimental value of an item can hold. I'm glad that we can be of service to the Zune. Well, it gives me a heart to have the support. As Zen says, not everyone shares the sentiment. Oh well. Did I say Oswell before? I think it's oh well. Oh well, not least of all. A feathered reptile, Amaro known to spray water from the nostrils. Water and nose do not mix. That's certainly true. They're not exactly waterproof. Okay. Our next quest. Whatever should I do? What's going on? Wah! How long have you been standing there? I was so deep in thought I didn't notice you. You see, I've been pondering whether to speak with you about Owell. That you should appear at this moment as a sign. Please hear me. What's going on? As you know, Owell and I were orphans taken in by Master Herrig. We were close friends, playing and arguing with one another in turn, and together we trained as arsons. But all that changed as Master Herrig disappeared. Young as we were then, we weren't told what became of him, but it's more likely than that, like so many others, he was slain by a sin eater. From that time on, Owell and I drifted apart. Eventually we stopped speaking entirely. It was only when I announced my intention to open my shop that he had words with me, and they were none too kind. You don't understand anything, he spat angrily. Well, he's right in one regard. I don't understand why he so detests my work. It goes beyond mere disapproval. He makes it personal, as if I've done something to offend him. This wouldn't be a problem, except Owell holds considerable influence at the meeting. A bad word from him and we will get no more custom. Sooner or later I'll have to settle our differences, but a mere anticipation of it is nerve-wracking. But I wouldn't give it for a stiff drink. Command received! Instruction to Theuna. Proceed to the Wandering Stairs. I beg your pardon? Oh no, no, he's going to summon Owell. Seems to be sooner than later. So I might ask you to join me out the Wandering Stairs. I could use the support. Huh. Where am I going? Bar? Huh. The bar it is. Oh, wasn't here yet. I won't be surprised if he doesn't come at all. Fiona, so you're the urgent business that I had to drop everything for. Affirmative! Fiona has a score to settle with you. What was that? Nothing! Be quiet now, Noti. Or shutdown initiated. Huh. There's something I need to ask you, Owell. Make it quick. Unlike you, I've got responsibilities. Alright, not everyone agrees with what I do. I understand that. What I don't understand is why you're so angry with me. You called me here just to ask me that? Ha! Urgent business indeed. How easy life must be when your days are filled with play. What we do isn't play. We restore those islands that hold sentimental value that for the people of the Crystarium. Listen well. Thanks to the efforts of our ancestors, we've come to enjoy a semblance of a normal life. But shortages are still a daily reality. Shortages you do nothing to alleviate. In the time it took you to restore a single decrepit set of Amaro barding, I crafted a dozen new ones. With Master Harrigan, it falls to me to prop up the mean. It falls to me because the Master had to go off and satisfy some vain obsession, and you had to take after him. Ugh. Now we start complete. Resuming suspended operations. Oh, not detected. Shall I fetch him? No, Noti. Leave him be. I'm sorry you had to witness that, Cecila. Oh well, he didn't used to be that way. Well, I believe in what we do. I can't deny the truth of his words, but... Go off to satisfy an obsession. The day Master Herrick disappeared, he had ventured out to procure materials. The item he was seeking was... Since I hate to involve you in my personal dilemmas, but I need your help. Can I rely on you? I'm truly grateful. Let's return to the crystalline mean. I'll explain everything there. What's up? What's up, lass? If cherished memories is to survive, we must do something to stem Olwell's criticism. He's already done damage to our reputation, judging by the recent decline in business. We must win him over somehow. Convince him that cherished memories is a serious venture and make him see the true worth of restoration. With regards to the latter, I have an idea. There's an item which, if restored, is bound to strum on Olwell's heartstrings. But I'm at a loss on how we might show him that we mean business. Improve the workshop's appearance. Keep the rust ball in check. Now that you mention our workshop doesn't have much to draw the eye, perhaps that's something to be said for looking the part. In order to advertise their presence, shops commonly make use of signage. At present, Cherished Memories has none. Of course, a sign. Why did I think of that? Cecil, would you be willing to fashion a sign for our workshop? In light of all the help you've given us, it seems only right that you have the honor. Okay. Thank you so much. I can't wait to see the finished product. Only for no materials, noted will furnish you with more. Thanks. I mean, I see no one else with a sign. You don't have a sign. They don't have a sign. Where's there everyone else's sign? Why do we have to have a sign when no one else does? And how I'm making a sign with a sewing needle, I don't know. Don't question it. There's a sign. Look at that. Blessed night, what a magnificent sign this is. It incorporates all the techniques of our restoration work. A perfect representation of who we are. From the design to the details, everything about it is wonderful. Not only will this sign attract customers, but it will serve to remind them of my goal to emulate your skills. I can't thank you enough for it. With it, we can finally show Olwell we mean business. I'll seek to hang the sign up as soon as possible. It's bound to be the envy of other artisans. All that remains then is to impress upon Olwell the true worth of restoration, on which front there's something I would show you. So where are you gonna hang the sign at? Where's the sign at? What's that? What is that? Is that... Oh, it's a lute. This lute was a gift from the XIV to Master Herrick. Since he left us, it was laying there, broken and silent. Apparently, it was an enchanted instrument whose power had long faded, but its tone was no less beautiful for it. Master would often put his lute at the tavern, and Olwell and I would go and listen. Seeing how keen we were, he even gave us lessons. We loved the rich, soothing sound. We weren't alone. Whenever Master Herrick played, the tavern was always full. No matter how rowdy the patrons were, as soon as the first chord was strummed, the hush would fall over the place. The music resonated with them, filling their hearts with peace and good times and bad. Following Herrick's disappearance, however, the lute has been gathering dust. Well, that's because no one could restore it properly, because, say, Master himself. An instrument demands consummate skill. And back then, that was completely beyond me, and even now I don't feel equal to the task. But I must try. Master wouldn't want to see Olwell and I quarreling. No, he'd want us to join hands and serve the Crystalline and her people. As it does for me, the loot holds fond memories of Owell. By restoring it, I'm hopeful he can reach out to him. So this time it's a personal request. I need your help to make this loot sing once more. Thank you. It gives me a heart to have your support. I'll make ready for the restoration and let you know when I require. Okay. Where's the sign? Where's my sign at? Where's my sign that I spent all my blood, sweat, and tears? Oh, there it is. So, with regards to the loot, following analysis, we've determined the materials we require for the instrument's restoration. Well, as best we could, at any rate. You see, being a gift from the XIV, it likely hails from its mysterious homeland. As a result, it matches no loot from any culture or era I could find information on. Its shape is subtly different, as are some of the materials used. For these, we're having to make our best approximation. That is unlikely to produce the desired blockage. Detect. Right then, let's begin. As usual, I can ask you to craft the materials we need. Mark my words, Cecil will succeed yet. We'll make Owell see the true worth of restoration. Help me. Help. Bzz. What are you doing, running out of power? What's wrong with you? Oh, he needs to be hit again. Oh well, I got your stuff for you. Here you go! Ah, yet another impeccable example of crafted from you. I shall put this to good use. My thanks, Sessa. Now all we have to do is require the restore the loot. I've never attempted anything so difficult before. I must confess to feeling not a little nervous, but I will give it my earnest best. With some luck, I'll have some good times to share before long. Oh boy! Time for the last one for the set. Oh, it's you, Cecila. If you want to ask about the loot, I'm afraid I don't have good news to share. I finished the restoration. The instrument looks exactly as it should. Knowing that the slightest warp in the panel can affect timber, I went to great pains to ensure the shape was perfect. But in spite of this, the sound is all wrong. It's not because we Vi's have superior hearing either. No, the difference will be apparent to anyone who heard the loot, and definitely to Owell. I can only assume it's due to the material, but I don't know what else we can use. What's wrong with you? We're not gonna address the node. Hit me! Huh. It's counted an error. Push the mystery button. What's the mystery button? Push! Applying updates. Do not turn off for no. This may take a while. Slap! Node restore complete. Thank you, Cecila. Lance lies in the Herrick's found destination. He went to Kalusha to procure a material for the soundboard. What? Kalusha, you say? Affirmative. There he attended to aid with the Ondo for the material which is found on the seafloor. That's material from the seafloor. That's what I believe it is. I may actually have some in my stores. I purchased it from an Ondo merchant thinking it might be useful. It didn't occur to me before, but it might just work. Could you please analyze it, Nodi? See if it's suitable for restoring the loot? Analyze material. Its composition closely resembles that which was originally used for the soundboard. Wonderful! It's almost too fortuitous to be true, but I'll accept whatever help we can get. Cecil, I'm sorry to burn you yet again, but could you fashion a modification component using this material? This time, we'll succeed this time, I know it. Okay. Making some components. Bam! It's complete! What do you think of my work? Not you. What do you think? Impressive? I would hope so. Oh, this looks promising. Yes, very promising indeed. I'll put it to good use at once. Look at that. It's finally done. Master Herrick's loot, precisely as it once was. And now analyzing loot. It is identical in both appearance and sound with a margin of error of 1%. In other words, excellent work. I don't know how to thank you, Cecil. I couldn't have restored the loot without your help. You're the finest artisan I know, and I count myself blessed to have had the privilege of handling your handiwork and growing from it. Now I realize that when we first met, I said something to the effect of not asking you to teach me, but if you might indulge in one question, is there a tenet you adhere to? Principles that guide you? Pay due respect to your materials and life whence it came. That's true, yeah? Understand your customers and genuinely wish for their happiness. I mean, that's also kind of true. Know the material, be the material, know the material. Well, this is better, because we gotta respect the life whence they come. I see. We must remember it just isn't just leather or wood or fabric that we work with, but life. I promise never to be wasteful and to always have gratitude. Thank you, Cecil. I'll carry these words with me in all that I do. Now then, it's time to present the loot to Owell. Ideally, I'd like to meet him where Master often performed. The question is, will he come when asked? He was none too willing last time. Command received! Determining Owell's location based on previous movements. Instructions to Fiona and Cecil. Proceed to the wandering stairs. What? No, wait just a... Not sound like the president, I suppose. As before, Cecil, I'd appreciate it if you can be there too. Come, let's get this over and done with. All right. No sign of Owell yet. I swear the wait is the worst part. Do something about this rust ball. He gave me a bloody lightning shot. It was a minimal release of energy intended to encourage Owell's attendance. Huh. I'm so sorry, it's just... there's something I wanted to show you. Master Herrick's loot. You fixed it? Not by myself. I had help from everyone at Cherished Memories. From Cecil and Nodi. This is fine work. Not even the slightest warp, and the ornamentation is immaculate. You've done well to store this thing. But so what? Will it feed the people? Shield them from the cold? I didn't think so. If there's nothing else, I'm returned to work. Oh, she's playing the lute. I thought I heard a nostalgic sound, which should turn out to be but Master Herrick's flute, or lute. I keep calling it flute. When my brother and I lost our parents, the music comforted us, lifted us up from the depths of sorrow. After a hard day's work, there was nothing better than listening to these soothing notes while trading tales with my kin. It helped us to face another day with a smile. I remember the day when I met my husband in this tavern. 'Twas Herrick's music that drew us here. We might never even known each other otherwise and had our beautiful daughter. It's a nice lute. It's got a nice sound too. Master Herrick knew, oh well, he knew how this lute could touch people's hearts. And he felt it worth restoring in spite of the risk to obtain the material. Although Master is gone, his lute may still bring hope to those who live in despair, and bind together those who are still left behind. Indeed, my former master, the Archmagus Noah, imbued the lute with the prayer of hope that she created it. Glory be to Aleg, long may she endure. The person who made this lute was your master? What an amazing coincidence. Alright, Fiona. I understand that what it is you seek to do. I accept that it's good for the people. I have a confession to make. The person who broke the lute, it was me. I remember watching transfixed as Master Herrick worked on it. The way he took the battered old thing and made it gleam again was simply magical. But when I picked it up to take a closer look, it slipped from my hands. I braced myself for Master Herrick's fury, but he wasn't angry in the slightest. There's no need to cry, he said with a smile. What is broken can be fixed. And he set out and never returned. Though I was but a boy then, I knew full well the lute served no practical purpose. It wasn't essential to his survival. The thought that Master died in vain and ate away at me. I hated myself for breaking the lute, and I hated the very idea of restoration. So that's the way of it. But you've opened my eyes. Master's work was important, I understand now. Though we might have food to fill our bellies and a roof over our heads, what's it all worth if we don't have the hope for tomorrow? You have my gratitude, Cecila. Thanks to you, I've come to realize the importance of the bonds we share. The lute has brought many people together. Perhaps one day it'll bless us orphans with families of our own too. Well, young ones, it seems to me the two of you already have family. Each other. Oh well, maybe it may have fooled you, but Fiona, but he doesn't fool me. 'Twas out of concern for your safety that he opposed your venture. That is the very definition of brotherly love. I'm going back to work. But Fiona, if you need my help with anything, be it a component you can't make yourself, you come straight to me. I won't have you dying to do anything on your own. Guy got exposed. Family. I suppose deep down I knew it was true, but to actually say the word. It's a little embarrassing, but not unpleasant. Come, my friend, let's return to the workshop. I'd like to thank you properly. Alright. I see our workshop can continue doing its good work. I'm truly glad to have met you. Tell me, Cecila, do you think Master Herrick heard me by playing as well? Yeah, I'm sure he did. I'd like to think so too, and I'd like to think he was happy to see Ola and I mend the rift between us. I'll do what I can to nurture our bond, and if something should cause it to break again, then we hit it! Hit it hard! Now, that only works for you, Noti. I'll continue holding my skill as ever aspiring to reach your heights, and whatever the future has in store for Norvran, I'll continue doing my part to make it a better place, by keeping the people's cherished memories alive. And whenever I can, I'll go and play the lute at the tavern, as it did in Master Herrick's hands, and its music can bring some comfort to the people once more. Sounds like a great plan. Forgive me, Cecil, I know you're a busy woman, so I won't keep you any longer, but promise me to pay me a visit from time to time, alright? You'll find me right here doing what I love doing best. Never mind. I don't know what I just said. Alright! I am now she who now can see them in the store of bonds. Thank you for the music! Alright. And that is that Facet quest out of the way. We've got 2 more to do, and we are gonna be done with this whole escapade. So, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next part. Later.